Well, I didn't realize it just went and made itself live. Okay, all right. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, welcome. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. Please do subscribe to my channel and turn on that notification bell. So that was just weird. Hold on. I live chat. I've never gone live off of my iPad, so this is a bit of a learning experience for me. I was like, why does it say live? And it's counting. Anyways, so this morning I'm gonna do an energy update. I slept weird. I slept so weird, but here's the thing. It wasn't a bad dream. I woke up with a realization, like, what are we allowing? What are we allowing? Are we just letting these energies and shifts kind of have their way with us? Are we just kind of, allowing ourselves to be a victim to our lack of participation in our life? Plus, I got new cards. They're ridiculously cute. They're kitties. So, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards. We're going to see what this is about. Okay. Okay. Oh my, that one, I just love that card. I love so much. Okay. So right now we have to, right, the camera's right there. Right now we have to celebrate where we are in our journey. We have to celebrate who we are instead of trying to appease other people who have some really cockamamie ideas of who we should be. We have to just be ourselves. Okay, and this is what I'm kind of experiencing right now with my own personal thoughts as well. Um, you don't have to get upset that someone doesn't understand you. You don't have to get upset that someone chooses to believe that they can dictate to you who you should be, how you should behave, what you should think. You have to just celebrate who you are and the fact that you're a sovereign and no one can take that away from you but yourself. So, this card. Okay, this card is shit. That's what it says here. The opposite of shit. So people don't know shit. They don't know shit about you. All they know is what you allow them to know. Remember that, okay? When people start to act as though they know everything about you, they don't know shit. When you start to behave, if you notice this, if you start to behave as though you know everything and no one else could possibly know more than you don't know shit. Oh my gosh. Now, this is the next card, okay? This is about dreams, creativity. You have to begin tapping into your dreams. What is your subconscious telling you as you're dreaming? Are you going astral? Are you traveling to other places, training for the mission you came into this life to do? Begin really observing. Maybe it would be good to keep a dream journal. Maybe. Keep it beside your bed and see what happens. But you have to really begin tapping into your subconscious. It's that need for internal work. Okay, that's also a very common theme lately. People are needing to do the internal work, and quite a few are not willing to. And that's okay, because you're not fighting me. You're fighting your higher self. And then I'm not understanding what this means. This is about the, oh no, this is not. Oh, okay. So it ties in with here. Within your dreams, you are given instructions on how to utilize your raw potential. Your higher self is beginning to make you aware of what your raw potential is, and you have to just let yourself really, really sit in that. Not in shit, but sit in a knowing. Sit in the process of getting to know who you are. Not the you that everyone tells you to be. Not the you that creates the least amount of friction. The you that you actually are. Okay? That's your untapped potentiality. Now, your higher self is asking you to take comfort in the otherworldly. Okay? This means really beginning to embrace that shadow self of yours, allowing yourself to be who you are. No more of allowing other people to dictate things. Even with this reading, no more allowing me to dictate to you how you should feel about yourself. This is really a call for you to have internal dialogue, meaning yourself and your higher self are communicating with each other, not just one dictating to the other. This is you needing to embrace that Saturn energy, Jupiter energy. This cat. Oh my god. I love this deck. And that's because you're entering into the world of the unknown. Okay? You're traveling into places within your mind that you have not yet allowed yourself to travel through. And that's okay. That's okay. You can't be a seasoned traveler until you've taken time to actually travel. Hold on, guys. Where is my favorite? Here it is. My favorite deck. So let's pull a couple more cards. I really just woke up this morning with this feeling of, what are you allowing? Why are you allowing this energy to really take a hold in your mind and be like, yeah, no, you should be upset. You should be this. You should be. No, I shouldn't. I really don't have anything to be upset about. I'm really not even upset. I think it's more of parts of me that I've suppressed expressing to the people that need to hear these things from me. Has kind of had enough. And so now I'm like, yeah, no, I think you're wrong. Whereas before, I used to really control the way in which I interact with certain individuals. And now I'm really just like, no, I don't agree. I think you're wrong. Hold on, guys. Yes, there you go. So, another call to go dive deep into your trenches, to really, really begin to allow yourself to experience the truth of who you are. Not the you that's been cultivated and formed and pressured into being something that someone else wants you to be. You're diving for light, okay? You're going deep into your dark parts and diving for that light. The light contained within the darkness is actually the truth of who you are. That's mind blown. I have to write that down. I'll write it down later. I'm like, you're gonna forget. You're gonna forget. It's fine. It's recorded. So the next card is number 2, inner trust. You have to trust who you are in that trench. No more of this like, but what if it's evil? What's evil is allowing other people to tell you that you're evil. I know for a fact, and this is from my life experience, the people who are so worried about other people thinking they're evil, about their darkness being evil, about possibly losing control, and what if I hurt somebody, they are the very last people who would ever allow someone else to be hurt because of them. So if you question these things about yourself, you're safe. You're not a bad person. In fact, you're a good person. If that's what you need to like hear in order to further explore your depths. It's the people who don't question, the people who think they know, that tend to be the biggest liabilities. And I say that in a negative way. Like you are a liability to yourself and to humanity. If you never, ever, ever, ever question who you are, what you could potentially do in a negative manner to someone else, you know, you have your head up your ass. If you never, ever, ever question who you are, you have your head up your ass. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. And I'm not saying any specific individual has their head up their ass. Quite a few individuals have their heads up their ass. That's okay. That's okay. That's something you need to experience, not me. So, free from judgment, free to love. Card number 39. This is what you're doing right now. You're freeing yourself from the judgment of people who don't actually know you. The people who judge you are the people who take small segments of experiences with you, or even not even experiences with you, things that they've heard about you, and then they use that to justify allowing their jealousy and insecurity to take hold, villainize you. So you're freeing yourself from that. You're freeing yourself to love yourself, to love other people as they are. I mean, you don't have to, when you love people as they are, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to be right there beside them, allowing them to be a jerk to you. You can be like, peace, I'm out. I still love you, but from afar, in silence. I won't stop loving you, but I'm not going to interact with you. You're toxic as fuck. You're toxic, so yes, you're going to need to go. And I think that's part of what we need to learn. And I say we because this is something I still do struggle through. We need to learn as beings who are attempting to evolve spiritually, energetically. It's okay for you to not agree with someone. It's okay for you to feel negative things about someone else. The people who are so like bent out of shape, feeling negative things about someone else, you're probably one of the people who has to be forced to feel that way. You have to be triggered over and over and over before you even allow yourself to acknowledge this person is a shitty person. And even then you're like, oh, still don't be that way. Don't be that way. They just don't know any better. Maybe if you stay around, they'll be better. No, that's who they are. Emmy, that's who they are. I'm going through this. I'm kind of like with a planetary condition the way it is. Saturn, you and your bullshit. No, I'm not even going to hate on Saturn. Saturn's like, it's time. This part of you rises up. You can be karma. No. So, certain people have been irritating me for quite some time, and I've been really trying to convince myself, no, Emmy, they don't know any better. Don't be so quick to drop the hammer of truth. They do know better. They do. And they choose to not know better. And whatever it is they choose, it ain't got nothing to do with you, boo-boo. Got nothing to do with you. You don't have to keep taking it. You don't have to keep being nice. You don't have to keep being the evolved soul. Sometimes the most powerful, self-loving, evolved thing you can do is accept that this is not your project. This person is not your project. You don't have to save anyone from themselves. Just saying. Just saying. Yes. Yes, Carrie. All right, let's look at this. Saturn. Fuck you, Saturn. No, we're not. Saturn is good. Saturn is good. See, there you go. I'm liking this. Oh, all of this really ties in together because apparently we're entering that Taurus moon. Okay, let me just show you what's going on. So we have Saturn, which represents truth. This is the house of truth. Card number 6. 6 is a number of self-love. Okay. This is the number of the lower reflection, involuted reflection of that God source, that God energy. And notice how 6 can serve as a cup to hold the truths of your soul. So Saturn is coming in with the need to expose the truth, not to other people, but to yourself. Allow yourself to recognize the truth of your interactions with individuals, with yourself, how you ignore yourself, you ignore your inner intuition. It's time you begin telling yourself the truth. Mm-hmm. And this ties into 3 of Swords. That third party BS. Third party BS. So the only beings that should be in the equation of your life is self and soul. When someone else comes in and tries to tell you what to do, you got some Saturn issues. You got some 3 of Swords issues. And it's about restriction, penalties, shattering experiences, disappointment, and growth. The only way to get through the ceiling of limitation is to shatter it. That's a good one too. I should write that down, but I'm not going to. My memory sucks. Card number 4, Venus, love. You got to stand there naked in your truth, allowing your heart to be exposed, allowing people to see. You not only have love for others, you also are now entering a stage of your development where you're learning to have love for yourself. And in that, you have to set boundaries. Now, boundaries are not enough if you're not going to enforce them. Boundaries are imaginary lines in the sand if you don't enforce them. And I mean, does that mean you need to like cut off their appendages the moment it crosses over into your territory? No. But it does mean you need to rise up like an empress and be like, no, please kindly step back behind the line before I lob your appendage off your body. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Sometimes the empress has to say things like that. This is my kingdom. I will lob your body parts off your body if you don't step up from the line. So you have to allow yourself to really begin sensing what's inappropriate, what's gone too far, what needs to be pushed back, what needs to be allowed. Despite your discomfort, some things need to be allowed to cause you to grow, to trigger a growth cycle within you. Not all things that make you uncomfortable grow you, though. Some things test what you've already learned in the past. Sometimes when you're put into circumstance that's uncomfortable, this is an opportunity for you to begin applying the lessons you've learned in the past. Just remember that. Not everything has to just be taken in. And then card number 14, Taurus, I have. Yes, you have, Taurus. Yes, you have. You have everything you need to successfully traverse this life. You have everything you need. We're entering that Taurus moon. This is an amazing time to begin the preparatory work to manifest when the full moon comes, okay? This is the Hierophant. It's about nurturing yourself, being steadfast. This is about owning your stuff. Own it. What's yours is yours. There is nothing selfish or lower vibration about understanding what's yours and owning it. That applies to material things as well. I think that's what has me really thing this morning. It's like this recognition that the notion that you have to martyr yourself in order to be seen as spiritual really needs to just be tossed out. It really, really needs to be just tossed out, because people, for some reason, think you have to martyr yourself. You have to allow yourself to be used. You have to allow yourself to be abused. You have to allow in order for others to see you as spiritual. And one of the most spiritual things you could ever do for yourself is to remove yourself from the box that that kind of mindset puts you into. Sometimes it's spiritual to cuss people out. Is it spiritual to cuss everyone out all the time? No. You have anger issues that you need to resolve. And triggers are not all because you're afraid. It's not all due to fear. There's times when I'm watching other people interacting and I get triggered because, that is the sovereign you are speaking to. You don't get to dominate another sovereign because you're a sovereign. That's the opposite of the laws of sovereignty. And so now I'm triggered. Is that out of fear? No. That's out of a state of knowing what that person, what you're witnessing, is erroneous and needs to be corrected. And is it because I'm trying to dominate other people? Which again, that's rooted in fear. No, it's because I recognize these two don't recognize what the hell is actually going on. And so let me just remind them, hey, you guys, laws of sovereignty. Not everything that triggers you is out of fear. Sometimes when your soul evolves beyond the point of trying to impress other people, trying to create some sort of facade to impress other people, like, look at me, I've read these books. And there's nothing wrong with reading books, but if you're reading spiritual books to add badges of honor to your sleeve, I mean, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So when people are so fixated on trying to dictate to others, that really tells me, like, you misunderstood what spirituality is. There's no competition in spirituality. Like, true spirituality is not a competition. True spirituality is the walking of each other home. We're walking back with each other, shoulder to shoulder. And hey, you know what? The person I'm walking beside got a cramp in their leg. Does that mean, like, you did not drink enough water? You did not this? No. It's, for true spirituality, it's saying, hey, you need help? You want me to carry you for a little bit? Should we pause? Should we stop for a little bit? Get you some rest so that we can keep walking together? It's not leaving them behind. It's, you know, and sometimes on that walk back home, you have to recognize there will be some people who will fake that cramp just to keep you slowed down. And it's at that point you need to love yourself enough to be like, yo, bro, you're not ready for this walk. I'll come back for you. Call me. I got my phone. I'll come back for you. I'm gonna go get the car. I'm gonna keep walking without you. I'm gonna go get the car. And if you need me to come back, if you can't really walk, I'll come back. But I kind of think you're faking it. So I'm just gonna keep walking. Sometimes you have to do that. Because what are you allowing? This is your journey, okay? This is your journey. We're not talking about what we're allowing other people doing on their journey. This is your journey back to yourself. What are you allowing? And if you're constantly watching all of these videos for like tarot readings and stuff like that, which I do, it's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you're watching it and allowing other people's readings, my readings included, to dictate what's supposed to happen in your life, what are you doing? That's like if we're walking back home together and I'm like, you gotta run. Run! And you don't feel like running. You feel like enjoying that walk. You feel like smelling the flowers and just enjoying that walk. Who the hell am I to tell you to run? Because I'm scared of a bee and I need to run, and you're not scared of a bee, you need to run too? I don't think so. The readings that you watch are merely supposed to serve as confirmation of what your higher self is already guiding you to. These conclusions that your higher self is attempting to guide you through, but you're ignoring it. That's what these readings are supposed to do. That's why I don't do love readings. Well, I can do it privately if you really, really want. But the Claire Tarot readings that I do, they're not like, he will be coming back. Not to bash other tarot readers, but that's not my purpose. My purpose is to serve as a confirmation, external confirmation of internal guidance. That's all I'm supposed to do. I'm not telling you what to do. No one else should tell you what to do. By my acceptance of my sovereignty, I can never and will never intentionally dominate you just because I know better. But I have done some stuff like that in the past just to fuck with people.
You're awake.
I'm awake. I'm talking to my people. Yeah, I have done that. I'm guilty of that because if you trigger me to that point where you think you know everything, I know much more than I lead on. I know much, much more than I lead on. I don't need to prove how much I know. I don't need to prove how many years I delved into esoterica. I don't need to prove how many years I went and researched and researched and researched and sifted through the black web to look for truth. At the end of all of that, I learned the only thing that really matters is right here, what's in front of me, my path. The people who are brought onto my path to help me learn things that I might have just ignored had they not come and brought my attention to it. That's all that really matters. I know enough to know that I don't know enough. And everyone that comes before me is teaching me something about creation, something about myself, and helping me to come to conclusions about which path I'm going to choose to take. Notice how I said I'm going to choose to take. There's no right or wrong path. I hate to break it to you guys. There is no right or wrong path. Whatever path you're on is a path you're meant to be on. No joke. Because life is like one of those storybooks. I don't know if you guys remember it. Apparently everyone my age remembers it except for me. I don't think I ever read any of those kind of books except for the fact that I think I probably have. Now that I've just said that, I think I actually have. I think I own a couple of them. Because I'm at heart a bookworm. I have tons of books in storage. But it's like one of those books where you get to choose the next event. You know, you have like two options. If so-and-so does this, go to page blah, blah, blah. If so-and-so does that, go to page blah, blah, blah. And that's kind of what life is. You're writing your story as you go. You're writing your manual of life as you go. And one of the most beautiful things is a life well lived. Truly, truly lived. A lived in type of life with a manual so thick from all your experiences. And that's why our elders are treasures. Hidden treasures amongst us because they are supposed to gift us their manual. Kind of like gifting us how to live. But we refuse to see that. Because we need digital. We need brand new. We don't want anything used. Not me. I love elders. I really, really do. I'm like, okay, tell me what happened. I'm the kind of person where if I go to visit someone at a rest home, I'll probably end up talking to all the other residents of that rest home. Which is what I used to do. Because really, I don't know everything in my journey. And allowing myself to be open to receiving those nuggets of truth from someone else's journey will really, really help me. It will really, really help us to be prepared for whatever other circumstance we're supposed to go through in this life. So choose what you want in your life. You're not always going to get what you want, but you will always have what you need. Always. Including moments of deficit, moments of struggle. You will always have what you need as you need it. But you don't always have to participate in paradigms and projects that doesn't align with you. And what I'm noticing right now, with the way the energies keep shifting, I think something is attempting to force an outcome. There doesn't need to be an event. There really doesn't. The potentiality is there. It's being attempted. But without enough of us buying into that, it doesn't come to fruition. So I guess what we should do now is not participate. Do you guys want to do some energy work with me really quick? I'm going to put my cards away. Okay. Yes, we are the word become flesh. We are. Everything you say, these thoughts, even if they're unspoken, the moment you think them, you are breathing them into being. We are God with amnesia. I don't believe we are gods. I believe we are God with amnesia. And I don't mean that religious BS of a man sitting on a throne. Hold on, guys. I want to rip this. My new cards are so adorable. I think I'm just going to go into town because I'm out in the country. I'm going to go into town and just pull people over. Like, hey, you want a reading? You need to know about something. Hold on. Let me get my kitty cards out. All right, guys. If you'd like to be a part of this, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and do some energetic work. So if you've never had a chance to join me as I do energetic work, awesome. My energy will never violate your sovereignty. It will not enter your space without permission from your highest self. So unless your highest self gives permission, you can watch and not partake in it if you don't want to. Okay? So breathe very deep and very slow. Those sensitive to energy, you may want to have a seat because you might get dizzy for this. Mm-hmm. How do you guys feel? That felt really good. That felt really good. So what I just did, I went ahead and realigned you. Just, hi, Missy. Just realigned you. Get you nice and straight within yourself. And with doing that, we allow the potentiality. Catherine, my eyeballs are rolling. We allow the potentiality of your rise to increase. Okay? Carrie's fingers are tingly. Hi, Gabriella. So you got this. You've got this. Choose what you're going to participate in and declare with the authority that you have been gifted as the sovereign of your space. You are gifted with this. Declare. You don't have to say it out loud, but declare what it is you will allow and not allow. And if someone has been trying to encroach within your thoughts, attempting to tell you what you should and shouldn't believe, attempting to convince you that you are or aren't something or someone, say in your head, shut the fuck up. Just say it. I'm going to need you to hush your fuss. And they'll probably get agitated and leave you alone. Hey, you are the king or queen of your sovereign space. There is no other royal within your kingdom but you. And one of the job duties of a king or queen is to claim that space, enforce the boundaries. Okay? So later today, I'm going to be coming live and I'm going to be doing energy work. I'm going to be doing readings. Come back to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on the notification bell because I can't seem to participate in Gregorian time. I can't seem to do it. I say I'll be here at 3 and then I'm like, I don't even know what time zone I meant. And so I just come live whenever the hell I feel like it. Thank you, Carrie. Thank you. All right, guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm off to drink. Oh, this is not looking very... Oh, my God. You need to see what I'm drinking. You see that? It looks like sludge. It is collagen and bone broth with some coconut oil in hot water. And trying to get healthy with myself. Let's go ahead and drink the powdered bone. It's good. It's good. Daddy, can you turn on the cappuccino machine? I'm gonna dump this in my water. My coffee water. All right, guys. I love you from the deepest depths of my darkest depths of my heart's ocean. I love you guys. Bye. Hey, Missy said hi, Frey. How do I turn this off? Daddy? Yeah. How can you shut off a live? Maybe if I press this. No. I'm not sure. I went live on my iPad. Is that a... Okay. Bye, guys. I figured it out. Or I didn't.